So we have a lot, and I mean a lot to talk about. We have Klobrille and a couple of insiders talking about the Xbox showcase and what to expect from it, and then not to mention some of my little predictions that I think are going to be at the show. This is coming hot off of PlayStation Showcase, which was a little lackluster, and a lot of people thought could have been a lot, and I mean a lot better. So let's get into what Xbox could do, what games might show up, and start talking about some of these leaks and some of these lists that people are predicting. Now, I do have to say some of these are a little bit fishy, but others, I think, actually have some merit of what games can be at the showcase, which is just 2 weeks away. So let's get into everything and talk about this showcase. Alright, so you know the drill. If you like the content, hit that subscribe button and that like button. And if you want to be notified on future videos, hit that small little bell icon. And if you want to go that extra mile to support the channel, hit that join button. All the support is greatly appreciated. And I do got to throw this in. Every Thursday at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, there's going to be the Zealots of Gaming. Now, that is me, Shady, and Hargeet, a couple of buddies of mine, having this new podcast that we just started. And trust me, we have a lot of energy, a lot of fun, and it would just be great to have everybody show up there so we could just discuss games and just get to know the community a little bit better. It's something I've been building for the last several months, and I'm really excited about it. There's going to be more production quality. The first episode started last week, so you can find that in the channel and in the link in the description, so I really appreciate all the support. But now, let's just get right into it. I have to talk about this showcase because after what Sony did, man, oh man, was that ugly. Now, I know a lot of people love that showcase because, hey, it had some games and games that you're going to be able to play. But when you're going to do a first-party showcase and it's going to be PlayStation or Xbox, I feel like you have some responsibility to show what that platform, PlayStation or Xbox, is going to be giving you in the first-party perspective. I get all the third-party. I get that you should have some deals signed and some marketing deals, and you're contractually obligated to get those things on your show. But overall, we want to see first-party games, something that Sony, I feel, lacked. And when you close the show on Spider-Man, it just didn't sit well. So what does Xbox need to do to actually show that they have a good year coming up and a better year coming next year? Well, let's get into what Klobrille, who is a very, very good source, that put out a prediction that said, hey, this is just him having fun, and it's a realistic take on what he thinks is going to be at the show for first-party titles only. So we're not going to even talk about second or third-party, but I might throw those in a little bit more. So let's just go into the whole thing. The first one is Starfield, full demonstration. Now, of course, that's going to be there. We know it's going to be there. It's confirmed. It's going to have its own show at the end of the show. So you got to think of it this way. Xbox is going to have a 90-minute presentation, a 90-minute event, and then after that, they're going to have a full-on Starfield event with the developers talking about it, going in depth with it. So that's not even part of the 90-minute show that we have coming up. Now, I think Starfield's going to show very well. They're going to talk about the frame rate on the Xbox. They're going to talk about the frame rate on the PC. They're going to go full on into this because they want to be more transparent and get everything settled into what the game is going to be this September. So I'm excited for that. Now let's go on to the next one, which is Forza Motorsport, which is going to be a condensed presentation and a release date, full demonstration at Forza Monthly. I think this is kind of true. I think that Forza Motorsport is going to release later this year. It didn't reach that 12-month window that everybody thought it was going to reach, but hey, what can you do? I'm excited to see the game. I'm not the biggest racing fan in the world. I get that this looks awesome. I get a lot of people are excited for it, but for me, I really like Forza Horizon a lot more because it's more arcadey, open world. I play those games like crazy and drive around for hours. Trust me, I do every race on the map, and I just enjoy those. As for Forza Motorsport, I just don't get that into it. I don't know why. It's just not a game for me. I don't know if it's just like racing because it's so emulated, but overall, I just don't care for it, but I know a lot of people are. I'm just more excited to see the tech behind it because I know that tech is going to transfer over to Forza Horizon. But let's move on to the next two, which is Age of Empires 4 console release date. This has been rumored for a very, very long time. It's going on 2 years now that it hasn't come to the console, so I wouldn't be surprised if this is there. People thought it was going to be there last year, so I don't know. We'll see. I think that the console is a little cool to get some RTSs on. I think a lot of people are waiting for it, but overall, I think this game is a PC game. I beat it there. I played it there. I have over 40 hours there, so I don't care if it comes to console, at least for me. If it does, I'm glad that people get to play it and more people get to play it, and who knows, maybe some people are going to start loving RTSs because of it. Now, this is the good one. Age of Mythology Retold PC release date. This is something that I really want. I don't know if anybody has ever played the Age of Mythology games, but they are very well done. So I want this to be true. I don't know if it's going to be true, but I'm excited for it. Now, I love strategy games. I love those games, and I want to see those games, but this isn't the type of game that's going to throw Xbox over in the stratosphere. I think it's a good release for PC, and I think it's a good release for Xbox Game Pass on PC, which, if people remember, is over 50% of the subscriptions is on PC. So they're going to focus there and get a lot of games on PC at this showcase. I know that doesn't sit well with a lot of people, but hey, that's just the truth of it. Next up is Ara History Untold. I think this was shown last year, so not a surprise. I want to see some gameplay. I want to see what this is all about, and I'm sure we're going to get that and a release date for it. Kind of nice that they're going for the PC market again with more strategy games and more broader games. So again, genres that Xbox are trying to hit. Now it's this one, Senua's Saga Hellblade 2 gameplay plus release date. I'm super excited for this. I know a lot of people love the first game. Truthfully, I did not. I thought the game was extremely boring. I didn't like how you just walked around a lot and then you heard some voices in the headphones. It was cool. I admit it looked stunning, but they really need to drastically change the way this game is played, because for me, it's first and foremost gameplay. I will see what this is all about. I will check it all out. But overall, I think that this game is going to be a masterpiece in showcasing what the graphics of the Series X could do, what they can do on the PC, because they're really pushing the boundaries of what is possible on the console with this game. I hope that it's a much more bigger game, more expansive. They've taken a lot of years to make this, and the budget is far bigger than the first game. So I'm expecting a lot from this. I hope it delivers. So far, if it releases at the end of this year or beginning of next year, it's a good title to throw Xbox's hat on, especially when it comes to graphics and, of course, when it comes to reviews. The first game is loved by a lot of critics, and I expect the second game to have the same reception. But after that, we got Halo Infinite Season 4, which is cool. Put Halo Infinite in there, I guess. Get some season in there. They also talk about Sea of Thieves Season 10, which I'm excited for. But again, if it's being on the showcase, I'm not too sure. You can show this stuff the next day where you have your kind of media blowout and you have interviews. I don't think this should be on the show. I don't think this should be in the front of the showcase. I don't think Halo Infinite or Sea of Thieves, games like that, should not be here up front on the show. Do it later. Do it when people are more excited for it later on, where it's just a couple of interviews and the studios talk about it. Don't put it on the main screen, because people are looking for new and exciting things, not stuff that's a little older and seasons. It's not going to go well. After that, he says Minecraft visual update, aka ray tracing. This, I think, is actually bigger than people think. This ray tracing is something that people have been waiting for a very, very long time. So I really want to see this on there, and if it gets shown and it looks amazing, people are going to lose their minds, because this is one of the biggest, if not the biggest game in the world. So getting the ray tracing and getting all that situated would be huge for people. After that is a game that was shown 2 years ago that everybody's been waiting for, including myself, which is Contraband. Now, this game has been in a little bit of a development trouble for a little while. There's been rumors from Jeff Grubb and a couple other people that Contraband, or the people that made it, Avalanche Studios, have missed some deadlines and some key milestones that they thought they were going to be able to hit and get the game out this year, or pretty close to this year. But overall, I'm glad that Xbox gave them more time to work on it. I'm excited for this. It's a big open world games as a service game where you're fighting people for resources. You're in like the 1970s, 1960s era where you're going into this big open world in, I think, Colombia or something like that. And you're basically just having a good time fighting everybody to get what you need. I'm kind of making it akin to like an open world online Far Cry, maybe. I'm not too sure. I don't know where they can go with this as a games as a service, but I think they can kind of hit that niche where they take some stuff and make it PvP and have a good time with it. But I want to just see gameplay, and I don't want a trailer. I want to see full gameplay, because it's been 2 years, and I think Avalanche Studios needs to show what they have with this. And not to mention, it was a pretty big reveal back in 2021 that a lot of people talked about this game, and Avalanche Studios is a pretty big publisher, a pretty big studio that brings out some nice games. They helped with Rage 2, and they also made Mad Max. So again, big studio. Let's see what you got. After that, we got new Xbox Game Studio game announced, slot number 1, CGI. Now, this is what Klobuchar says. It's either Compulsion Games, Double Fine, In Exile, World's Edge, Xbox Game Studios, Stoic, Kojima, Brasilian. So basically, what he's saying is that it could be any of the first party, or maybe some of the publishing deals they have with Stoic or Kojima. Now, I think this might be Compulsion Games that comes up. I'm not too sure, but I wouldn't be surprised if it is a third-party deal. Maybe somebody from Stoic or Kojima, and that would be really cool to see. Now, he also says that there's a number 2 of this, so a new Xbox Game Studio game announcement for slot number 2 in-engine with gameplay. He says this is either Compulsion, Double Fine, inXile, or World Edge again. This is where I think I'm going to go with Compulsion Games. I feel like Compulsion Games is going to show their game. It's been 5 years since we've seen anything from them. Xbox bought them back in 2018. They released We Happy Few and then kind of disappeared into the ether. So I think Compulsion Games is going to be there. They're going to show their game. And if anybody remembers, there was a lot of stuff about this game that came out and leaked. It was a Gothic game. It's supposed to be revolved around Gothic harpies and all this other cool stuff and really fantastical. So I want to see what this is. Maybe it's a third-person over-the-shoulder game, but I think Compulsion Games is going to spread out and go out of their shell, and they asked for a lot of money. They turned into a AAA studio. Xbox trusted their vision. Let's hope they can take that and move forward with it, because I want to see it. Now here comes to the last 3 things. Elusive 5 slot number 1, Avowed, Fable, State of Decay 3, Perfect Dark, or Everwild. I'm going to go with Avowed. I think Avowed is going to be there. Phil Spencer just mentioned them in that interview at XCast, and I think they're ready to show this game finally, and I believe it's going to release next year, maybe early next year. There's going to be gameplay, at least I hope there is. Phil Spencer just talked about a build they played with it. Avowed is one of the most hyped games I'm looking forward to. I love what Obsidian Entertainment makes, and I'm looking for that fantasy open world game, even if it's first person. I don't care. I'm so excited for this. We haven't had an Elder Scrolls in over 10 years, and finally we're going to get something akin to it from Avowed. I mean, these people know how to make open world games. They know how to make side quests. The developer at Obsidian Entertainment is RPG to its core, so I think Avowed is going to be massive. Now here comes the elusive slot number 2, the next game, which is either, again, Fable, State of Decay 3, Perfect Dark, Everwild. I'm going to be real. I don't think State of Decay 3 is there at all. I don't know if Perfect Dark's going to be there, and I think Everwild went back to the drawing board. So the only one I can see being there is maybe Fable, but I'm not too sure. I think Fable's a little farther out. I think they want to show it when it has gameplay, kind of make it a reveal like Horizon Zero Dawn had back on that E3 show. I think they want this game to come out, but also have gameplay ready and a build ready where it's a year away. That is, I think, the best thing to do with a massive AAA game. Make the visuals stand out, make it look amazing, and have it reveal where you have like a holy cow moment where everybody's excited for it. That's how you need to show Fable. Don't just show a trailer like you did at 2020. It's great that you did that. You need gameplay and a little bit of a long gameplay. I'm talking 4 minutes, nothing too crazy, of awesome gameplay of the world, the graphics, how it looks, third-person view, all of it. Make it stand out. Now the last thing he has is a surprise slot for a returning fan favorite IP. I think this is Gears of War. I know that sounds weird. I hope they don't close the show with this, but I think it's going to be the Gears Marcus Phoenix collection, where it's going to have all of the games together. You're going to have Gears 1, 2, 3, maybe even Judgment coming to PC, kind of remastered. All of it's going to look insane. All the multiplayer is going to be there. Everything that people love, horde modes, all of it, because they want this game to come to the PC, and they want this game to have everywhere on it, on cloud, no matter where you are, and I think this is going to look amazing. I got to give a shout out to my boy Special Nick, the fellow Greek here. He's actually called this out for several years, and a lot of people gave him some crap for it. He was lambasted across the internet, made fun of, and this is starting to become a thing that it might be a reality. If it's not at this show, I don't know if it's ever going to come out, but it looks like there's some people leaking about it, talking about it, and if we get a Gears collection with Gears of War with Marcus Phoenix, I'm going to play through all of them. It is one of my favorite, if not my favorite franchise next to StarCraft and God of War. I think this is going to be amazing, so I want to get through all of those games on PC, and I'll play them at the maximum fidelity and have a blast. Not to mention, I think 1, 2, and 3, or at least 2 and 3 in Judgment, deserve a remaster. Even though I know the Series X runs them very well and they got the Series X boost, I think a full remaster of it would be insane to see. And then I think they're going to close it off with Gears of War 6. We have to remember, the Coalition has been very, very quiet for a little while. Over a year and a half ago, or I think even 2 years ago, they said that they were going to be quiet for a little bit to work on Unreal Engine 5 and get that done. And they've been working with Epic Games on Unreal Engine 5 for a very long time. They helped them with the Matrix demo. They helped them with a bunch of other stuff. They are trying to understand the engine before they start making the game. Now, I'm sure there's people in the background, because they have over 300 to 400 people on staff at the Coalition. They have some people working on the game in the background, but now it's time to show something. We have to remember, it is 4 years now since they've released anything. 4 years. And sure, they brought out Gears of War Bunker Busters or whatever that thing was called, Hive Busters. And I'm sure that everybody's excited for it, but this is going to be Gears of War 6. I'm thinking next year it's going to release. That would put it at a 5 to 6 year development cycle. So let's get going with that. I'm excited for it. But overall, I actually like that show. That's a pretty strong show, and that is just first-party games. I think Xbox is going to come out swinging. Sony only showed, I think, about 4 to 5 first-party games at their show. Xbox is looking to show 15 first-party games and signs. Think about that. And that doesn't even include third-party deals that they're going to have. They're going to be on Game Pass day and date. That doesn't reveal anything else that might be exclusive that they have locked down. And of course, none of the publishing deals outside of Contraband. And of course, the Kojima and Stoic ones. But I think this is going to be a massive show. I think Xbox has a lot of ground to cover, especially when you look at what happened with Redfall and all those other games. But overall, I just want to see what they have. I'm excited for this showcase. I think Xbox last year had an okay one. The 12-month thing really limited them, but now they don't have that cadence. They learned. They're going to move forward. Let's hope this is a great showcase. And like always, I'm going to be there watching it with everybody. And then after, I'm going to go live on the channel and talk about it with Shady, who Hargeet, who's going to be part of Zealots of Gaming, is going to be at the showcase in person. So we're going to have a little insider in there and get some stuff from him to talk about what he saw at the showcase and what he feels the mood is at Xbox. So yeah, that's everything I think is going to be at the showcase and some of the leaks that's been coming around. But I want to know what you think about all of this. Do you think that some of these games that we talked about are going to be there, or do you think there's going to be some surprises? And if so, what surprises do you see? Not to mention, what fan favorite IP is returning? Is it Gears of War, or is it something else like Killer Instinct, or something else that people have been asking for, like Banjo-Kazooie, which I don't really want? Or do you think that this is a pretty good list and we're going to get this? And do you see some surprises coming out that you might not see? Go down below and let me know. And I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please hit that subscribe button and that like button to support us out the channel more than you know. And give me a follow on Twitter at Zalker87. I'm always on there talking games and sharing my latest videos. Plus, I love interacting with everyone there, so get on Twitter and let's talk about gaming. Also, follow me on Xbox Live. My gamertag is Zalker87, just like my channel name. See what games I'm playing, and let's compete in achievements for the month. So right now, I've been playing a lot of Jedi Survivor. I'm loving the game. It's massive. It's a huge open world game, and I gotta say, it is a lot better than the first one. I enjoyed the first one thoroughly and played a lot of it, but playing this game at 4K 60 on the PC has really elevated it to something different. I think that they need to get the performance down on the consoles and the PC even more, put some patches out, but overall the game is just so fun. I'm really into the Star Wars kick right now. I'm reading a bunch of the EU books, the extended universe books, and I'm into this game, so I'm just having a good time. And I've been playing a lot of Starship Troopers Extraction or Extinction or Extermination, I forgot what it's called, but it's a really fun game. 16-player co-op where you're just fighting a bunch of bugs with your buddies, and man, is it so fun. It's in alpha right now on Steam, and it looks insane, plays insane, and I gotta say, they did a pretty good job with it. But overall, I am going to be waiting for Diablo 4. It comes out this week. That is probably the game I'm going to be playing for the next several weeks, and it's reviewing very well already. A lot of people that have played it have talked nothing but highly about it. I cannot wait to jump into this. I love the beta. I think I put like 35 hours into the beta alone. So yeah, this game is going to take over my life. Blizzard, no matter what anyone says, is the best games as a service next to Riot Games. Developers that bring out games that kind of hit that niche of multiplayer and games as a service. So yeah, let me know what you're playing though. Are you getting ready for Diablo? Are you playing Jedi Survivor? Are you playing Tears of the Kingdom like my buddy Hargeet? Or are you playing something else? Let me know down below, because that's what we're here for. It's to talk games. And that's all for now. Thanks for watching, and until next time, remember, enjoy your gaming. Later.